In the blink of an eye, a packed campus rally turned from heated debate to utter horror. A young conservative leader, full of fire and vision, crumpled to the ground, struck down by a single bullet. But what his own camera crew captured that day didn't just record the tragedy. It unleashed a storm of doubt, whispers of betrayal, and a desperate search for truth that exposed the fractures in our world. This isn't just a story of loss, it's a wake-up call about how quickly chaos can twist reality. That afternoon at the university, thousands of young people had gathered for what promised to be an electrifying exchange of ideas. The speaker, a 31-year-old force in the conservative movement, was midway through his tour, rallying crowds with bold words on freedom and revival. The outdoor setup buzzed with energy, arguments flying, laughter mixing with tension. Then, without warning, a sharp crack echoed across the grounds. He clutched his neck and fell, hit by a high-powered round from a rooftop over 140 yards away. It was just after noon on September 10, 2025, a date now etched in pain and controversy. Smartphones everywhere froze the scene in grainy clips. But one professional setup stood out. The team's high-definition cameras, rolling in crystal-clear 4K from every angle. That footage, meant for sharing the event's highlights, suddenly held the key to understanding the unthinkable. Yet, in the hours that followed, it became the spark for accusations that rocked the nation. Claims of hidden truths, manipulated evidence, and a possible setup from within. Eyewitnesses described the panic like a nightmare unfolding. People screamed. Some dropped to their knees in prayer. Others stood frozen as guards rushed the stage. It hit like thunder, one student recalled, voice trembling. Amid the turmoil, videos poured online, slowed down, magnified, dissected by millions. Viewers spotted odd flashes near his collar mic, swearing it looked like an explosion. Forums lit up with theories. Was the device rigged? Did two shots ring out instead of one? But a closer look revealed the facts. No scorch marks marred his shirt, no debris scattered from a blast. Experts stepped in, explaining the wound came from the opposite side. Under state law, a full exam confirmed the bullet's path long before rumors spread. Still, the online frenzy grew. People analyzed his stance, the breeze, even gleams in sunglasses. It was a whirlwind where facts blurred with fantasy, fueled by shares and algorithms. By dawn the next day, authorities identified a 22-year-old suspector, local worker who turned himself in after his family saw the photos. His prints matched the weapon ditched nearby. Casings etched with strange online jokes hinting at a twisted bid for attention. Yet doubters insisted no lone actor could pull it off from that range. They pointed to shadows in the videos, angles that seemed off. That's when the focus shifted to the recordings themselves. The crew had rigs positioned perfectly, one facing him, head-on, others catching the crowd. Minutes after the shot, a team member climbed up, unhooked the main camera, and slipped out its memory card. To them, it was about safeguarding the truth in the madness. But online, that clip exploded with captions screaming foul play. They're wiping it clean. Authorities demanded a scrub. Edited versions looped at moment, zooming in on his hands, claiming a switcheroo or outright destruction. A spokesperson for the group pushed back, insisting the card went straight to investigators. No edits, no delays. But the damage was done. Suspicion seeped in, even among allies. Then came talk of extra flashes in Windows proof of another gunman. Some said, in raw files though, those glints matched sunlight bouncing off phones, not barrels. No one lurked in that building. Medical whispers followed. How could such a powerful bullet not tear straight through? Rumors flew of no wound at all, a staged hoax. But reports confirmed it lodged deep, stopped by bone and muscle, just as science predicts. No images released, per rules in active cases. Logic held, but virality won out. The organization faced backlash, painted as puppets in a grand scheme to stir division or push agendas. Old clips resurfaced to past harassment of the speaker and his peers, like a mob surrounding them at a meal years back, hurling threats. It painted a picture of building hate, turning his death into a symbol of broader battles. By month's end, officials secured all the media, vowing no foul play. But the web buzzed with hidden frames revealing signals or cues. What if that card held the real bombshell? If this story touches your heart, please share it. Diving deeper. The real battle wasn't over. Bulletsit was over those digital files. 5 minutes post-shot, a bystander video showed the crew guy pocketing the card from the stage. To insiders, it was protection from theft in the crowd. Handed over fast to the feds. But slowed down shares made it sinister, a thumb flick, suggesting a duplicate swap. Timestamps allegedly faked. Comparisons to historic cover-ups flooded in, dubbing it a modern mystery tape. The crew member spoke up briefly. I shielded it from leaks or loss. Turned it in right away. Records backed him. Multiple cards logged into custody that afternoon. Yet a leaked snippet appeared online, traced not to their feed, but a crowd phone. It showed a supposed flash ahead of the sound. Impossible for a distant rifle. Overlays proved it was just glare from a spectator's device. Even early promoters recanted. But the myth stuck, remixed with effects and splices. Thousands of tips poured in, statements stacked up, officials reiterated. One shooter, intact footage, no gaps. The director addressed the noise. We've got it all safe. No tampering. His words, tangled in politics, only fanned flames. Fake videos surged next AI tweaks, adding shooters, blasts, shadows, traced to foreign ops. They muddied waters further. Staff endured threats, doxing as conspirators. A close colleague defended them publicly, calling it a smear to erase the leader's impact. She linked it to rising attacks on voices like theirs, deepening the divide. Then, in October, a short, authentic clip dropped anonymously, him speaking. Then the hit, a guard tapping his ear, just before. Coincidence, probes a radio check. But it sparked fresh obsessions. The signal. Experts called it pattern seeking in grief. Brain's wiring, meaning into randomness. The images don't deceive. One researcher said, our views do. As leaks trickled, including sharp stills from the main feed, they debunked old claims like that flash being plain reflection. Ironically, the unauthorized drops clarified more than official silence. They showed his final gazecom, puzzled not forewarned. For some, vindication. For others, more fuel for doubt. The divide widened. One side saw withheld proof, the other manipulated grief. Algorithms thrived on the anger, turning frames into profit. Old harassment footage looped back, framing his end as the climax of a long siege. The suspect's trial loomed, defense grasping at angles. But experts shut it down. Studies showed footage searches dwarfed deeper queries, spectacle over substance. The crew guy stepped away quietly, hounded by threats, his silence twisted into guilt. Officials wrapped the probe. No plots, just facts. But the video had evolved into a symbol of fractured trust, where plain sight breeds suspicion. In the end, when the full raw cut went public, it landed quietly. No drama, just a man cut short. Chaos erupting. It didn't expose secrets. It laid bare our craving for them. A society hooked on division, remixing reality to match fears. This tragedy didn't just steal a voice, it showed how disbelief poisons us all. If it moves you, hit like, subscribe for more truths, and share to keep the conversation alive.